Hello, coin collectors out there. This video features a 100-year-old coin. This coin is almost as old as I am. This coin was made when I was a little kid. This one is made in 1917. So we're going to talk about the value of this coin, the mintage of this coin. Got a couple special guests, one from 1915, one from 1919, one from 1907. So those are going to be featured on the video as well. So let's get right into it. We're also going to talk about the history of 1917. So this coin right here, common design, the wheat coin was made from 1909 to 1958. So this 1917 is toward the start of that production. So the design isn't any different than what you would see in your 1958 coin, which are pretty common and easy to find, or not super common, but you'll find a fair amount of those while coin roll hunting. But the mintages are obviously drastically different than what you'd find in 1950s wheat coin. So in 1917, there were 196 million of these made at the Philadelphia Mint. There were 55 million made at the Denver Mint, and 32 million made at the San Francisco Mint. So with a coin this age, what can really catapult the value of the coin if there are any errors on it. So if there are any double die errors, so that's an error that where the lettering appears twice, that can really increase the value of the coin. So make sure you keep your eye out for that. So something like right in there, look to see that there are only those letters, those numbers, and these letters only appear once. So another coin I want to share with you, this one right here, made 2 years later. It's the 1919. So in 1919, the production amount actually increased quite a bit for the Philadelphia Mint. It went from 196 million in 1917 to 392 million in 1919. Also featured as part of this cool little video, the 1915. Now this one's got some interesting wear and tear to it. It's got like a little bit of a it's not a gouge in the sense of like a die gouge error, but it's got a little kind of like a rut like right there on Lincoln's head. So I think that's just from wear and tear. I doubt that that's a mint error. But in 1915, the Philadelphia Mint production amounts were 29 million. Wow. So in 1915, there were 29 million made at the Philadelphia Mint, and then in 1917, 196, then 1919, 392. So they're really going crazy with the production amounts. And this next one that I want to share with you is, as I said, the wheat coins were started being made in 1909. So previous to that, in 1917, 110 years ago, 10 years before the previous coin that I showed you, is this coin right here. This is a Indian head. So these were made prior to 1909. So I've got some other videos about that. So why don't you feel free to go check out those videos about the Indian head cent. But let me give you a little bit of history of 1917 before I sign off. So in 1917, which is what we originally started talking about as it's 100 years old, in 1917, Woodrow Wilson was the president. He was elected to his second term as president. And during that year, he asked Congress to sign a declaration of war against Germany. So that was the big to-do. The U.S. just got it started in World War I. Also notable deaths, Buffalo Bill, the gunslinger, happened to die in 1917. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave me any comments or any feedback. And please do check out some of the other videos on my channel. Enjoy. And hope you enjoyed this 100-year anniversary of the 1917 wheat penny.